Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport. The W-Series is set to kick off once again after a year off, and the women of racing will be tearing down the track in Austria in just a couple of days from now.
After a pretty fine first season
that has really launched the career of champion Jamie Chadwick into the stratosphere. So after a year off and a new look field, where will the women of the W-Series finish in the championship? Who will be champion? Let's take a look at some predictions, because I have such a good record. And remember to subscribe. It is the channel's second birthday, so give it a present and subscribe.
Welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport.
Number 18, Bruna Tomaselli. The 23-year-old Brazilian is not very experienced, with most of the races she has competed in being in Brazil and America. I think she is going to find it tough against the largely European field on European racetracks. Last place and no points. Number 17, Nerea Marti. The Spaniard is just 19 years old and has very little experience in motor racing. I think her first attempt at the W-Series is going to be a baptism of fire. It's a tough field, and I feel like Nerea Marti is going to have a tough time against her more experienced competitors. Number 16, Irina Sidakova. Has a few race wins in Russia, but very little success anywhere else. She has some of the highest level motorsport experience in the field, racing in the Asian F3 Championship earlier in 2021 with Evans GP. She didn't have a great time in the series and scored no points. I think her first season in W Series will go much the same way. Number 15, Ayla Agron. The former F1600 Series champion is lining up on the grid, and you'd think she might clean up, but she hasn't raced since 2017, and I think Ayla will find it tough to get back into the swing of things. She could be a race winner, or she could be upside down at the first corner. Number 14, Sabre Cook. The American was a midfield point scorer at best in 2019, and I think she's going to find the series even tougher this time round. She hasn't been involved in much since the first W Series championship, the odd race in various series in America, but little success. She's going to have a bad year. She's going to be fighting for the bottom end of the points all year, and she will finish 14th. 13th, Sarah Moore. She did well to finish 8th in the W Series in 2019, but I think the field is tougher in 2021, and she isn't really a single-seater driver. She has been in GTs and Porsches most recently and hasn't done a lot of racing since the first W Series, so bottom end of the table. 12th, Abby Eaton. The former Grand Tour driver is also mostly involved in GT racing instead of single-seaters. She is having plenty of success in 2021 in the GT Cup Championship, and could take that into this series. Maybe a good result or two, but still on the wrong side of the final standings. 11th, Gazia Radest. Has done a fair bit of racing since the first W Series, mostly in the Alpine Europa Cup, and the Polish driver is doing pretty well in that series. I think she will be better than in 2019, score more points and be consistent at the very least. She will make good progress. 10th, Jessica Hawkins. The British touring car star, well, she did alright. Better than Andy Neate anyway. At least the car came back with all its panels attached. Jessica Hawkins did okay in 2019, but hasn't done a great deal since. But I think a slight improvement into 10th is fair. Maybe a few more point scoring positions. 9th, Kimi Kiriyama. The Japanese driver has been doing okay in the Superlight Series this year, and has had a few races in the Formula Regional Japan Championship. As I said, the field is slightly tougher in 2021, and I think Kiriyama, as good as she is going to drop down just a little bit to 9th. Or she could go the other way. Honestly, who knows? 8th, Vicky Pariah. Apart from a few Renault Eurocup races, Vicky Pariah has been pretty quiet since 2019, but she is good and well experienced. Having raced in GP3 back in 2012 with Trident, she is good, and I think she will do one better than 2019. Expect her to challenge for at least one podium. Number 7, Marta Garcia. Hasn't raced since the W Series 2019, unless you count finishing second in the W Series Esports Championship. She was kind of a surprise runner that year, consistently near the front, and taking a win at the Norris Ring. She could be up there again, but I think she'll drop back just a little bit, but could still get a podium. Number 6, Fabienne Garcia. This young Spaniard is only 21, but already she is proving to be a damn good race driver. She has taken a win in the Spanish F4 series, finished 6th at the Motorsport Games. I think she's going to be the shock of the year. This could be completely wrong. I like to play dangerously sometimes, but I have high hopes for Fabienne Garcia. 5th, Alice Powell. Compared to some of the women on this grid, Alice Powell is a very experienced race driver with a lot of different disciplines under her belt. She won a WSeries race in 2019 and finished 3rd overall. She should be up the front again in 2021, but I think she might fall back just a little, so expect her to improve. 4th, Fabienne Wolff. One of my favourites, but only because her name is fun to say, and she is from Liechtenstein, which is also fun to say. Fabienne Wolff from Liechtenstein was a very consistent runner in 2019, and I think she's going to improve on that in 2021. She has been a front runner and a race winner in the Ferrari Challenge Europe. I think wins are definitely on the cards, and with the consistency continuing into 2021, she could be a title contender come the end of the year. I think 4th, but could be anywhere higher. 3rd, Jamie Chadwick. And here we have the 2019 champion, and obviously the title favourite for 2021. I don't think she'll win. Don't get me wrong, I think she will do well, and a win is very probable. But she has a lot more going on in her life in 2021, and I think that could be a distraction. With Chadwick now being a Williams Formula 1 development driver and Extreme E racer, she has a lot going on. The W Series may not even be her top priority, but she is a class driver and will still be at the front end of the field. I just think she's beatable in 2021. 2nd, Beitske Visser. I think this could be another year where Beitske Visser just misses out on the W Series title. She finished 2nd in 2019, just 10 points behind Chadwick, and she has been a good driver in her own right since. She is doing a good job in endurance racing for the Richard Mille team, and it looks like she will be having another go at Le Mans this year. I could be wrong, and Visser is a potential champion, but I think runner-up again for the Dutch driver. Maybe in the future she will win the W Series, but I don't think 2021 will be her year. 1st, Emma Kilmalainen. Injured in a crash at Hockenheim in 2019 but saw her miss out on 2 other races, Emma Kilmalainen was the best driver in the second half of the 2019 season, winning at Assen before finishing 2nd at Brands Hatch. She was the form driver at the end of the year, and it looked like she could continue that momentum into 2020, until it was cancelled. And she hasn't done anything since then, but I think that form will continue and Kilmalainen will be hard to beat. I think the title fight will be much closer this year, and the experienced Finnish driver will come out on top. That is my prediction. Honestly, this championship is very hard to predict, especially as it is now team-based, but I think this list of predictions is solid. I always do, and very rarely are they right, but this is just a bit of fun, so subscribe to the channel so when the W Series ends you can come back and see how I did. Leave your thoughts and predictions in the comments below, leave a like, share the video, remember to subscribe. Thank you for watching and have a good one.